Welcome, boys and girls. Today I'm going to be going through this task here, inequalities with negatives. For your answers, it says here type in your answer as x is less than or x is greater than. What it means there is that every single time you need to have your x on the left hand side. You could have answers like that, x is less than, or you could have answers like that, x is greater than. Okay, I'm just going to pick out, I think I've got 4 examples to go through that should help you to answer all of those questions. Let's take a look. Okay then, let's take a look through this first example. I'm going to show you an incorrect method and then 2 other methods. The incorrect method, if we look at that and we solve it just like an equation, we'd probably start by subtracting 10 from both sides. 10 subtract 10 is nothing. 6 subtract 10 is minus 4. We'd look at that, we've got a minus x there, we want to get to x, so we'd multiply both sides by minus 1. Minus x times minus 1 is x, minus 4 times minus 1 is 4. That is not the right answer, okay? We've got there x is less than 4, for example, x is 3. Yeah, that could be an answer for x is less than 4, but 10 minus 3 is 7, which is not less than 6. Okay, so that is an incorrect method. I'm going to show you 2 other methods that are correct. I prefer method 2 because it's quicker and easier. Okay, but listen to method 1. Looking at this, okay, in our final answer we want a positive x. Okay, we're not allowed to leave our final answer with negative x. So one step you might do is you might move that minus x onto this side. Adding x to both sides gives you 10 is less than 6 plus x. Minus 6 from both sides gives you 4 is less than x. If we need to move this x onto this side, the crocodile is eating the x there. The x is the bigger quantity. And here the crocodile is still eating the x. X is greater than 4. Let's check that out. For example, x equals 7. 10 minus 7 is 3, and 3 is less than 6. So that method there definitely works. What that does is it moves the negative x onto the other side to become positive x by adding x to both sides, and then it switches the inequality round as the last step. Definitely works, and you do need to understand those steps, funny enough, even if you don't always use that method. Method 2, this is my preferred method. I would subtract 10 from both sides, same as we did in the incorrect method, to get minus x is less than minus 4. I would multiply by minus 1, just like we did here. But the trick here, boys and girls, is if you multiply both sides of an inequality by negative 1, then you have to change the direction of your inequality sign. Okay? And that's giving us the same answer there, so we know that one is also correct. Just say that again. If you multiply or divide both sides of your inequality by a negative number, then the direction of the inequality sign changes. I've written that down for you actually. Okay, that's what I just said there. Yeah, okay. Okay, another example, example 2. I'm going to use both methods here. This first method here will not use this result that we've discovered today. Okay, the first method, I'm looking there, I've got minus 4, minus 7x is greater than 17. I move the minus 7x onto this side, or I add 7x to both sides. Okay, adding 7x to both sides, minus 4 is greater than 17 plus 7x. So we're now not dealing with a negative x coefficient. We've got a positive coefficient here of x. Subtract your 17 from both sides. Negative 21 is greater than 7x. Dividing both sides by 7. Negative 3 is greater than x. Negative 3 is greater than x. Look in here, we're just switching this around. The crocodile is eating the negative 3 there. Crocodile is still eating the negative 3. So x is less than negative 3. Okay, that is your first method. If you look back to your previous example, it was that method there. You really should be making notes on this, boys and girls, okay? You should already have those examples written down in your notebooks. That's example 1, method 1. Method 2, my preferred method, is just much easier. We're trying to get this x on its own, so we're going to add 4 to both sides. Minus 7x is greater than 21. To get rid of that, minus 7, we've got to divide both sides by minus 7. Minus 7x divided by minus 7 is x. 21 divided by minus 7 is minus 3. Change the direction. X is less than minus 3. If you want to check that out, I've chosen x is negative 10 because negative 10 is less than minus 3. So we'd have minus 4 minus 7 times minus 10. Minus 7 times minus 10. Minus 7 times minus 10 is positive 70. Minus 4 plus 70 is 66. And that is greater than 17. So that would be a correct answer. Okay. From now on, for the other two examples I'm going to show you, I'm only going to be using method 2, which is using this result here about multiplying both sides by a negative number. Before I do those other two examples, I just want to show you a worded question as well. Just for the setup on page 1 here, this worded question. Sean is thinking of a number. When I double it and take the result away from 24, the answer is less than 18. So talking about it is x, we're going to call it. We get this inequality there. So when you double it, you get your 2x. Take the result away from 24. So there's my 2x when I doubled it. I'm taking that result away from 24, and it says the answer is less than 18, is less than 18. Okay. At this stage right now, boys and girls, you should be able to do your first page. You might want to do that now before I go on to the harder examples. Okay. Okay, these examples here are from the second page. Okay. Let's have a look for example 3. Now, looking at this one here, I'm looking at my minus 3x and my 6x there. Okay. Now, for me and my method, I want to keep my x's, my variable, on the left-hand side. That is why I've chosen to eliminate the x from the right-hand side as my first step. So 6x minus 6x, nothing. Minus 3x minus 6x is minus 9x. This is now in the form that you saw on the previous page. Okay, so we're going to subtract the 19 from both sides, divide both sides by minus 9, changing the direction now, I did forget that earlier, is x is greater than 3. Okay, so x is greater than 3, well, let's check it out. Always check your answer, because otherwise you can waste a lot of your time. X is greater than 3, let's try x equals 10. We'd get 19 minus 30, 60 minus 8, 19 minus 30 is minus 11, 60 minus 8 is 52. That is definitely true. Minus 11 is definitely less than 52. Could check more there if you wanted to, if you had time. Okay. On this one here, boys and girls, the other technique you could do would be to add 3x to both sides. Okay. If you added 3x to both sides there, you're going to end up with a 9x on this side, and then you could just do the switch at the end. Okay. What you'd end up with would be something like that, and then you would switch it round at the end. Okay, but that's a valid technique. Example 4. This one isn't too bad. Doesn't even involve multiplying or dividing both sides by a negative number. But you've got to be careful, because I know some of you will trip up on this one because you'll probably get a bit confused. Yeah. Looking at this one here, my technique again. I want my x's, my variable, on the left-hand side, just so I don't have to then switch the inequality round. Okay, so I'm looking on my right-hand side. I want to get rid of the minus 10x, so I'm going to add 10x to both sides. Gives me that. Trying to get this x on its own, so I'm going to subtract 39 from both sides. Gives me that. And then here, we're not dividing both sides by a negative number. I know there's a negative there. We're not dividing both sides by a negative number. We're dividing both sides by 5, which is positive. Gives us x is greater than minus 6. Again, I choose easy numbers to check. I've chosen x equals 10. Okay, so it'd be 39 minus 50 is greater than minus 100 plus 9. Minus 100 plus 9 is minus 81. 39 minus 50 is minus 11. This is greater than minus 81. Okay, if you've got minus $11 in your account, that is more than minus 81. Okay. Okay, give that a go, boys and girls. Really should have your full notes written down for that, because there are some tricky things going on. And really try and understand what you're doing, and please do check your answers. Okay, good luck.